I had an interesting conversation today with Joff that I wanted to share with the community. And basically, the premise of the conversation was, what's the whole point of CryptoKitties? Like, CryptoKitties is so stupid. CryptoKitties is worthless. Does it actually impact the community in a negative way? And to answer that question, I actually posted, I think, a day ago about non fungible tokens. And CryptoKitties is actually the first working product with actual users in the blockchain space. But more importantly, it's the first like legit application that represents a non fungible token. And I mean, at the highest level, non fungible tokens are kind of a new form of crypto collectibles. And you guys might say, hey, man, that's not an innovation at all. We've had baseball cards, we've had beanie babies. Those sort of things are like people collect them because they think that a certain beanie baby or a certain baseball card will have higher value later on in the future. So they're kind of speculating on the price of that item. But there are five distinct points that I want to make that non fungible tokens are actually one of the biggest innovations ever. And the reason is pretty much one is that they're uniquely identifiable. And what I mean by that is that when we, for example, if you're an artist and you make an MP3, the problem with MP3s is that people can just share them, copy them, and then download them through torrent files. And that was the first like groundbreaking thing, right? Like you remember, I'm sure, going on LimeWire and downloading an album illegally for free and getting all these MP3s. And that's basically a person hosting those files on their computer. But here, what's interesting is we're kind of moving to the next evolution of digital files, digital assets, in a way that we can represent them in the same way we represent items in the real world, which means that they are actually unique. So an artist with blockchain technology can release a song, but then since it's in the blockchain, they are the owner because it's related to that private key of that assets. They are the creator, and you could prove it very easily. So in a way, it's almost impossible to copy that asset. So once you pass it on to another user that might, contact you and say, hey, I'm really interested in, let's say, this CryptoKitty, or I'm really interested in, having a share of this book or having a share of this art piece, you can actually give them that share, and they are the sole proprietor of that. So that's incredible. Also, a second quality is that it's provably scarce. So you know how many of these unique items there are out in the real world or the digital world. Third of all, they're programmable with the help of smart contracts. You can, in layman's term, you can attach data to any transactions so that they can be programmable. They're publicly accessible by default. And the crazy thing is that they're also censorship resistant. So no government can take hold of them. So no government can be like, hey, you don't own this art piece. We're going to come to your house and we're going to take it because you owe us this much money. So in summary, non-fungible tokens can represent ownership in many different types of assets. So we have to stop thinking about CryptoKitties, but we have to think about, okay, so the developers want to use this technology. They wanted to do it in a fun way because they're developers. They're big kids, but this technology can range from physical assets like houses and artworks to digital assets like CryptoKitties and memes to even intangible negative value assets like loans and burdens. So this is actually incredible. And the last thing I want to touch upon in this video is that actually CryptoKitties proved that the Ethereum network cannot actually scale to many users, because once CryptoKitties came out, people rushed to buy kitties. There's probably around 400 active users right now, but it crushed the network, and the Ethereum network could actually not handle this much traffic. And that shows how we are in the very early stages of technology and Ethereum and dApps, and that as a investor or institutional investor, I understand why they're kind of holding back and letting the technology develop. And I think that is when the next bull market is going to hit, is when we're going to be able to scale to way more users. So that's just a point I wanted to make to you guys, and I hope you appreciate it.